I'm on a mission to beat 1,000 video games, and I just finished the brand new Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist, so here's a quick spoiler-free review. This game, and really this whole franchise, has flown under a lot of people's radars, but let me just tell you, Metroidvania fans should be playing these. The first one, Ender Lilies, is a masterpiece, and this one does most of the same stuff right, but they do make a few tweaks to the formula that make me feel just a little bit differently about this new one. Let's go over what's still perfect, starting with the god-tier art style. The monochromatic design may look a little too much like Hollow Knight at first glance, but if you look a little closer, you'll see the anime aesthetic shine through, and it is breathtaking. And it doesn't just look great, it sounds great too. All of the music is enchanting, and every other sound you hear, from the weather effects to the clash of weaponry, is just beautifully done. The combat is just as tight, precise, and almost as varied as the first game. There's so much customization available with your loadouts that there's probably dozens of different ways to build your character. But here's where things start to slip just a little bit for me, and why I ultimately think the first game is just a little bit better. They made some solid changes to your skills that make them simpler without losing much variety, which was smart, but they failed to balance the effectiveness of those skills as well as they did in the first game. I know this because about halfway through I started to build my perks and abilities in a way that was just totally broken, and I just walked over the rest of the game. Gross. In the first title, the bosses got gradually tougher and tougher at a slightly higher rate than I was getting stronger, which made for a very satisfying uphill slope on the difficulty. That was probably my favorite aspect of the whole game. Here, I crested a hill around the halfway point and just never struggled again because my skills and stat bonuses were stacked in a way that made me way too strong, and I'm not out here like min-maxing or anything. It seems like it would have been an easy fix too. Make this one perk give you an extra 10% attack power instead of 25%. Or put some rules in place to stop me from equipping all of the most powerful abilities in the game at the same time. Just little things like that. Now, while that's a pretty big problem, it was really my only problem, and the game as a whole is still incredible. I just didn't like it quite as much as the first game. But if you're a Metroidvania fan and these games aren't on your backlog, put them there. They deserve to be at the top of that list. I rank every game I beat simply by how happy it made me, and I ranked this 2 out of the 13 games I've beaten so far this year, and 93 out of 566 games beaten all time. If you enjoyed the video, I always appreciate just a simple like, and if you've played this, let me know what you thought about it and if you felt differently in any way. Next time we'll be playing the original Onimusha, so feel free to follow if you'd like to see what my thoughts are on that game once it's beaten.